I think a lot of they were building this because God did not want them to forget what He did. I think how easily we forget. We tend to forget the blessings of the Lord. Oh, we seem to forget how that God has blessed us. We forget this. When's the last time you stopped and you really just began to thank God for His blessings? Or do we just forget about what all God's done for us? When's the last time we really just thank God that we have eyes that we can see? When's the last time you literally thank God for your hands that you have, that you can work with, or your legs that you can walk with, or that whatever you have? When's the last time you thank God for it? When's the last time you thank God when you went to the closet that you had clothes in your closet? I think there are a lot of people in Joplin, Missouri that wish they could go to a closet this morning and find a shirt or a pair of trousers or something, but they don't even have a closet. We just take it for granted. We forget. We forget how easily we forget. Here they were. There are countless thousands of Israelites now. And God has given the instructions. I want you to build this memorial so that you don't ever forget what I've done. God wanted them to remember. Countless thousands of them. And Joshua was to pick 12 men out. Now, how did he pick 12 men out of several thousand men? He was to pick one person from every one of the tribes, 12 tribes, and he was supposed to pick one person out of every tribe. You know what they were supposed to do? God said, this is what I want you to do. I want you to build a place of remembrance. Do you think memory is important to God? You tell me, do you think it is? If memory and thinking back and reflecting back wasn't important to God, why would God choose one person from every tribe and say, I want you to get this big old rock and I want you to build a place of remembrance? What were they trying to remember? How God helped them across the Red Sea, remember? And He said, I want you to build this place of remembrance. I think too often we just forget about the blessings of God. We forget how that God has blessed us. We forget about the times that God came by, healed our body. Maybe you forgot about the time when you were so sick, you didn't know what you were going to do. You thought you were going to die. I mean, you ever been there? You thought you probably had to get a little bit better before you could die. You were too sick to die. You ever been there? We seem to forget. This morning I have a bowl of rocks also in front of me today. And inside of this bowl of rocks, there's probably about 150 little stones, little rocks that are in this basket today, into this bowl today. And I'll tell you, I can take out a handful of these rocks. And I can begin to reflect about the goodness of God. And I can begin to build a memorial. And I can think about this rock representing the time that the doctor said, there's nothing I can do for you. I would think about when they said, well, you're going to die. There's nothing we can really do. I thank God I'm very much alive today serving Jesus. I tell you, I can remember that. I won't forget it. I'll think of that as a memory. Or I can stop and I can think of another time. I can think of a time when Joyce was in an automobile accident. And I mean, she was really hurt. She had punctured both lungs. She broke her jaw, broke her back. I mean, she was in bad shape. Didn't know she would live. On top of all of that, she was 7 months pregnant with Mitchell when she had this very serious automobile accident. I can think of those times like that. I can remember saying, we don't know what's going to happen. And I look back and I thank God. You know what? Another remembrance. I still remember when the doctor said there's nothing really that we can do. Thank God they're both alive today. And oh, I could just go on and on and on and thinking of memorials and let one stone represent every time that God brought something through for us or God did something amazing in our life that we should never forget. But how many times do we just forget what God has done? We get so focused on the day, we get so focused on right now that we forget about what God has done. I think of another time I remember that very well. We prayed, oh God, somehow bring us some food or something. And somebody miraculously, they just come to the door and they knock on the door. And time we get to the door, they're gone. But there's a bunch of groceries there. You see, I don't forget that. Another memorial. We remember those kind of things. I wonder today, and I can go on and on and on, and I can fill that bowl up and over. I can take a 55-gallon drum and still not get all the rocks in it of all the times that God's done great stuff for us. In preparation for this message today, I felt like God spoke into my heart and my spirit. It may sound crazy to you, but I felt it's something that God spoke into my heart. I'm going to give you a nice glass bowl, put on my fireplace somewhere in my house. We're going to start a brand new collection from this day forward. Every time that God does something special for us like that, we're going to chunk in a stone. We're going to chunk in a rock. And every time that we're there, and every time we're home and we look and we reflect over that bowl, you know what? It's going to be a memory and remember what God did for me. Lest we forget. How many memories are important to God? He said, I want you to build a place of remembrance. You have today, we've given each one of you a stone today. I want that to simply be a reminder to you. You can do whatever you want with that stone, but I want it to always be a reminder of you to thank God for I remember when God did this for me. I don't care if you carry it in your purse, you carry it in your pocket, whatever, but don't forget the blessings of God. We so easily forget them. Oh, they say we only remember about 5% of what we hear. Friend, I want you to hear more than 5% of this today. I want you to remember more than 5%. I want this stone to be a reminder to you always of what God's done in your heart, your life, and you can't continue with only one stone. There's a reason why they do this. A memorial is set up to remember. It's set up to remember. I wonder how many in this room you've ever played Scrabble before. Anybody here ever played Scrabble before? A number of you. Wow, look at all those hands. Webster Dictionary defines Scrabble as this. It's different than you're probably going to think. Webster defines it this way. Scrabble is to scratch or to claw frantically. To struggle by scratching or scraping. What a definition that Webster gives us of Scrabble. Why would such a definition like that be appropriate for Scrabble? Maybe because we go scratching through life, trying to make sense of the scattered tiles that make up our life. Our labor-saving technology today that's supposed to make everything easier, everything more convenient, everything more time-saving. Thank God for all the time-saving devices. Aren't you thankful for them? I don't know if it's really making things easier. It's just making us busier. And it's just speeded the process up about 100 times faster. Because with all of our life-saving, time-saving devices, man, we ought to have all kinds of free time. How many have found that we have less free time now than we've ever had? Now, I know some of the retired folks look at me like, you're blessed. But not everybody's made it to your point yet. Busy. We get so busy and going through so fast through life. With all these labor-saving technology things we have, yet we have less time to relax. We have less time to rest. We have less time to reflect. We have less time to replenish our lives. We just get too busy. It's time for us to slow down a little bit and smell the roses. We don't take time to remember all the things God's done for us. We don't take time to remember how God has touched us and God's blessed us and the things God has spoken to our lives. We're too busy for that. So every one of the leaders They dragged a stone on their shoulders. These 12, they chose one person from every tribe and said, I want you to go out in the middle of the Jordan, or out in the middle of the sea there. I want you to go out, and I want you to get a big rock. Now, they didn't go out and pick up some little ones like this. They go out, they drag this big stone, their shoulders together, and they come, these 12 guys, they come, and they erect a memorial that would stand for everybody to see. Can you picture this in your mind and your spirit? They're going out in the middle of the water. They're told us, we want you to go out and get you a big old rock, and we want all 12 of you to bring it back, and we're going to build a memorial. Can you picture this in your mind? There's a reason for this. What kind of benefit can we see for our lives in building a memorial? What is the benefit of it? Why would God have had him to do this? Sounds like a crazy thing to do. God doesn't do crazy things. He has a reason for everything he does. What's the benefit? Number one, it's a time to remember what God has done. He said to these 12 men, I want you to build this because I want you, it's a time to remember what God has done. I don't want you to ever forget what I did for you, getting you across the Red Sea. And then he said further in verse 7, he said, and the stones shall be a memorial to the children of Israel. And what's that last word? What was it? What's going to be a memorial to the children?
Stones.
Wow, God must think it's pretty important to remember, to reflect back. He said these memorial, these 12 guys are going to take one stone and they're going to build a memorial so that all that even the children of Israel, they will remember them forever. A reminder of our own personal experiences, how God's blessed you, what he's done for us. Friend, it's time that we can brag on Jesus if we stop and slow down enough. A time that we can tell the story, keep it in clear memory. What happened? There's special times in our lives, memories that are so special that you'll never want to forget. That's why I'm going to put a book. And I'm going to start putting some stones in because I don't want to ever forget what God has done for me. And if it just triggers a memory to me, that man, I remember that. And as my bowl gets bigger and fuller and fuller and fuller, and the grandkids say, man, what is that all about, Grandpa? That we would actually tell them, this is some things that God did in our life. So these stones shall be a memorial to the children of Israel forever. They're special people that God has used to enhance our life. People have touched my life that I never will forget. My dad is one. When he died, man, we were like 20 years old when my dad died. I think Joyce was 16 when her dad died. My dad was one that touched my life. And I would to God I could have at least just one more conversation with him. There are others in this room, you feel the same way. You see, I've got memories etched in my mind. Men like Willis Bontrager, men like Nelson Troyer that taught a Sunday school class that so touched my life and touched my heart. It made a change in my life. I wonder if one day that our kids that are going through our children's programming here, the kids that are going through our W4K program, and our children's church, and our Sunday school department, I wonder if one day they'll look back at the teachers they had and say, man, I remember they touched my life. I remember the stories they did. I remember how mean and ornery and cantankerous I was, but they touched my life. Memorial stones are just a part of sharing our faith, even with our children. When was the last time